High orbit. Protoss homeworld. Ire. A battlecruiser? What's a battlecruiser doing there? Tassadar was taken into Judicator custody and then sentenced to stand trial for his crimes against the Conclave. Phoenix, Raynor, and Tassadar's followers escaped from the Conclave Abe's agents as the Dark Templar slipped away in the chaos. So Jim was with them and he escaped with them. The trial of Tassadar. Same ship, over Ire.
Entaro Adun, Executor. All seems lost now, but still we must fight on.
Hey, Phoenix.
We must find Tassadar and secure his release from the Judicator before they can execute him for treason. Without him, I fear there is no way to defeat the Zerg and their overmind. Zeratul and his Dark Templar have vanished, leaving us to fend for ourselves. I wonder if Tassadar was mistaken to have put his trust in them.
I don't think
We are
so.
receiving a transmission from Captain Raynor's command ship.
Oh, hey Jim.
This is Raynor. I'd like to help if I can. Tassadar laid it on the line for me and my crew
Nice.
on Char. I'd like to repay the debt. Besides, I'm a long way from home, surrounded by hostile aliens. I've got to do something.
Then you shall, bold human. You shall.
Okay, so we have Jim and Phoenix with us on this mission. We have to destroy the stasis cell. Whatever that is. Carriers. Ah, now we have carriers. They cannot attack without interceptors. To build additional interceptors, select the carrier and then select build interceptor, which takes a couple of resources. So, probes, get to work.
This is Jimmy.
Oh, look at this. We got Phoenix as a Dragoon, and we have Jim as a battle cruiser. That's awesome. Jim can now pack a wallop here in this mission, now that he is a battle cruiser instead of a vulture. Alright, so... Woo, boy! Oh, they already got forces coming after us. So we have a Protoss base over here, another one over here, and then we have, oh, what's this? Oh, this is the stasis cell. It's a prison. Is this where they're holding Tassadar? Oh, man. We gotta stop that. We gotta save him.
We are under attack.
Can we get there via the ground? That's alright. You know what? I can just have Jim go in there and save him.
Instructions.
We got a carrier here. Alright, so this is mission number 8.
Anytime you're
Let's see if I can quickly get through these and have this be the final part. I'm not sure if I can, but let's see whether or not we can. So, do I have to destroy it? Yes, I do. Okay.
Sounds fun.
Go get him, Jim! Look at this. Jim Raynor is gonna charge in like the awesome space cowboy he is and save the day! Yeehaw!
We require more Vespine gas.
Oh, no gas.
Warriors have engaged the enemy. Instructions.
Let's have that carrier go back him up.
Why
Why don't you guys go back him up? See if you can make your way there just through the forces. Somehow via the ground.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Getting a simulator there. Okay.
You have not enough warriors have engaged the enemy.
Look at this. Hee-hee!
engaged the enemy.
That's right, Phoenix. Make your way over there and help him out.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Look at this. They're ignoring me. They're ignoring Jim and heading to this carrier.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
You're almost out, Tassadar. We're here, buddy.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
There we go. He's free.
I expected you to attempt to retrieve your hero. You will learn that the will of the Conclave is absolute. Make peace with Adun.
Stay thy hand, Judicator.
Forget you, Alderus.
The stewards of Tassadar shall not fall while
Zeratul!
Dark Templar live. Call off your guards and stand aside, and you may yet live to see another moonrise.
I will
Ooh.
not be addressed so by one so devoid of the Kala's light. You and your vile brethren shall die with these traitors.
Are you truly so blinded by your vaunted religion that you cannot see the fall ahead of you? Your conclave believes that they are winning this war, but all they have succeeded in doing is helping the Overmind to win.
What could you possibly know about our designs, blasphemer?
You speak of knowledge, Judicator. You speak of experience. I have journeyed through the darkness between the most distant stars. I have beheld the births of negative sounds and borne witness to the entropy of entire realities. Unto my experience, Alderus, all that you have built here on Iora is but a fleeting dream. A dream from which your precious conclave shall awaken, finding themselves drowned in a greater nightmare.
We shall see.
Huh. It's about time Zeratul really, confronted Alderus about this. Huh. Oh, man. I will not be addressed by some... Oh, my gosh. Shut up, Alderus. Alright. On to mission 9, the second to last mission. Shadow Hunters.
Entaro Adun, Executor.
Entaro Adun, Phoenix, and Zeratul and Tassadar.
By all the gods, we may win yet. The time has come to let loose the fury of the Dark Templar. Zeratul, perhaps the time has come to tell our friends of the foe we face.
Indeed. When I slew the Cerebrit Onchar, I touched briefly with the essence of the Overmind. In that instant, my mind was filled with its thoughts. And I tell you now, our
The Overmind told us the same thing.
Come true. The Zerg were indeed created by the ancient Zelnaga, the same beings that empowered us in our infancy. But the Overmind grew beyond their constraints, and has at last come to finish the experiments they began so long ago.
So you see, my friends, we fight not only to save Ire, but all creation. If we fall to the Zerg, then the Overmind will run rampant throughout the stars, consuming all sentience, all life. It is up to us to put an end to this madness, once and for all.
Our forces shall engage the primary Zerg hive clusters in an attempt to weaken their defenses. Once their numbers have thinned out, Zeratul and his companions can infiltrate the clusters and assassinate the Cerebrits. Adun willing, the Cerebrate deaths will distract the Overmind long enough for us to assault it directly.
Okay, so looks like we got Zeratul and Phoenix on this mission, and we need to use Zeratul to destroy the Zerg Cerebrates. Alright. Okay, so we have two primary Zerg hives here going on. We have this red one and a white one up here. Oh, there's a Cerebrate, I think. Nope, that's a spawning pool. Never mind. So we've got these units, and oh, there's a set of minerals over here. There's some gas over here, and gas over here as well. So we got two different places we can go.
We feel your presence.
What's this? An arbiter. Recall stasis field. Huh. Okay. So let's see.
Duras. What battle calls?
Duras.
For Adun.
Stand guard up here, guys.
Galactus.
You.
For vengeance.
Same with Zeratul and
I
Phoenix.
do this for ire.
Sakalanos.
With you as well. And the probes. You guys, you set up a nexus like right here. You set up a assimilator right here. You do the same thing here. Whoops, there we go. And then you a nexus over here.
You address me?
Okay. There's the
It
Cerebrate.
will be done.
Or a Cerebrate. I don't know how many there are. Let's see. Oh, there's another one up here.
What would you ask of me? For ire.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Your orders.
100 damage. That's awesome.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Phoenix can just have some fun destroying some units. I want to focus on having Zeratul just go into each base and just
Warriors
take
have
out the
engaged the enemy.
Cerebrates. Maybe even take out the hives or bases or whatever.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. You have not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
If I want to upgrade Zeratul's damage,
warriors
I
have
need
engaged
to
the
get some
enemy.
pylons and then get a forge, but I need minerals in order to do so. So, here we go.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Why don't you just go ahead and destroy that hive for me, Zeratul? You can't stop Zeratul! You can't stop him!
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
It's a one-man army!
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, backup has arrived.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
So be it.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, you.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Pylon here. And another over here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
You guys. Oh, look, Zerglings are attacking these guys. Yeah, have fun with
Your
that.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
Oh, that was it. Oh, okay. There was only 2 of them. Huh. I thought there was like multiple ones. Okay. I thought there was like one for the red, but never mind. So, I guess here we go. The last mission for the Protoss campaign. Here we go. Eye of the Storm.
Executor, our plan worked perfectly. The Zerg defenses are broken, and the way to the Overmind is laid bare. The time for our stand has come.
Indeed. My friends, this is our final hour. Not all of us may survive the coming conflict. Yet, death may be a blessing should we fail here. We seek now to destroy a foe that has ravaged its way across the universe, consuming all in its path. And now, it has reached the end of its long journey. The Overmind has come to destroy all that we hold dear, and assimilate us into itself. And I say to thee, this shall not come to pass. Ire shall not fall.
This
Executor.
shall not pass!
Well, I
That
guess
was my
all I have
Gandalf,
left
thank
is
you.
to see this through.
Hey, it's Jimmy.
Zerg have taken everything from me. My home, my family, my friends. I know that nothing I do can bring those things back. But I'll be damned if I just sit on my hands and wait for the end. I want a piece of them, all right. I'm in.
Then let our actions speak for us. For Adun. For Ire.
So here we go, the last mission. Our objective? Destroy the Overmind. We will have Tassadar, Jim, and Zeratul with us. Here we go.
Executor, Tassadar, this comes too late to you.
What do you want,
But the
Altaris?
Conclave has witnessed your defeat of the Cerebrate. They know now that they cannot deny the necessity or the valiancy of your actions. We sought to punish you, while it was we who were in error. You represent
Wow.
what is greatest in us all, and all our hopes go with you. Entaro Adun, brave sons of Ire.
Wow. Does that mean they're
Oh,
going to
there's
send some
Jim.
backup for us?
Huh. That's what he cares about. So,
I hear you.
look at this! Tassadar, instead of being a Templar, he is a carrier. That is awesome. You guys get to work. So we got 2 bases to manage here.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Orders received. Yes, sir. Orders, Captain.
Yes, sir. Okay. So we got our own units there for both Terrans and Protons.
Not enough
Finally.
minerals.
Hold on a second. There we go. So this is kind of unique, getting to control both two different races. We got a ton of expansions in these areas here. You know, got some over here, a couple things up here. Meanwhile, we have Zerg all over here, here, and then right in the middle, there it is, the Overmind. And he's got hives all around him. Imagine how difficult this is if you don't use the codes. Huh.
Yes, Executor?
Alright, he'll get his interceptors ready.
You address me.
So here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be a little funny, but hey, this is kind of fitting. Who else better to combine their attacks against the Overmind than Jim, Zeratul, and Tassadar all together? And it's just them just going straight for the
I
Overmind.
do this for ire.
I hear you.
Watch this. This is gonna be great.
It shall be done.
Hee hee! Our 3 heroes are heading their way to the Overmind. Oh, they're slowing down Jim. The Queens are slowing Jim. Zeratul's gonna have to take the long way on foot to get there, but he'll get there. Tassadar will work on building interceptors to use. Alright, I just gave him the full count, I believe. That's right, Jim. Just ignore all of them. Just ignore them. Just go straight for the Overmind. It must end now. This is it. After everything that's happened, it's time to put an end. Look at this. They're slowing down Zeratul. They're slowing him down. Tassadar. Everybody's going for him. Slowly but surely, they will get to him. And they will destroy him and save the universe. Not even all of the hive and the swarm and the Zerg can stop them. Look at this. Tassadar is dealing his damage, 100 damage. Jim has got 30 damage. And he's got his interceptors. 6 damage. Let's watch his health dwindle. Goodbye, Overmind. Our 3 heroes save the day. Yeehaw!
The warriors have engaged the enemy.
Overmind has been weakened, but I fear we have sustained severe damage ourselves. I will steer the Gantrathor into a collision course with the Overmind. If I can channel enough of the Dark Templar's energy through the hull of the Gantrathor,
Tassadar, no!
I should be able to bring swift death to the accursed abomination. Remember us.
He's gonna sacrifice himself to destroy the Overmind.
Today. May Adun watch over you.
Alright, victory! We have done it! We have beaten the Protoss campaign, which means we have beaten the game! And so now... we have the score here, and then let's just sit back and watch the final cutscene and enjoy the end of the game. one of the most epic final cutscenes to a video game I've ever seen. Tassadar is about to make the ultimate sacrifice to save the galaxy. He's gonna power up his cruiser, or his ship there, and he's gonna just crash it right into the Overmind like a kamikaze to destroy it, using the powers of both the Templar and Dark Templar. Goodbye, Tassadar. We'll never forget you. He did it! He destroyed the Overmind! Epilogue. As the chaotic, swirling energy subsided, a heavy silence settled over the battlefields of Ire. Due to Tassadar's noble sacrifice, the Overmind was now dead and the Zerg swarms were scattered and broken. But as the heroes surveyed their once glorious homeland, they realized that their victory had cost them all but their lives. Ire was left nothing more than a smoldering ruin. Those few Protoss who survived the final battle... And far away on the distant planet Char, Kerrigan, the self-styled Queen of Blades, knew that the time of her ascension was at hand. Should have read faster on the last one, but you can go back and pause and read those last couple of lines there. So yeah, that was StarCraft. One of my all-time favorite games. A standing ovation to the guys at Blizzard. Everybody listed in the credits here, including the guy who pretty much helps run directs the story and everything about it. You know, I guess you could say he's the director, or the guy who orchestrates and decides on the decisions regarding story and such, and how the game is going to go. Chris Metzen, I'm talking about. Yeah, this game came out in the late 90s, and it was amazing. It was a great RTS, especially for its time. Graphically, it wasn't bad at all. I mean, especially today, playing it now, it holds up today, I think. The briefings with the faces and the conversations that elaborate on the story, I thought were really well done. Where the voice acting was great. It was fantastic. Where the actors who play these characters really helped carry the story. Just a really well done job. And it's for the RTS game style, it is definitely fantastic learning how to play the 3 different races and how each of them play differently. And it was really awesome. Especially also the perspective of playing from each of the 3 different sides and learning about the story from different perspectives, where first you were a magistrate for the Confederacy, then you ended up being a cerebrate for the Overmind, and then here you were an executor for the Protoss, while getting to meet and learn about some of these characters like Jim Raynor, as well as Tassadar, Zeratul, Kerrigan, especially with her becoming the Queen of Blades, and with the Overmind. I mean, that was just awesome. And it's kind of one of those things where it's a really good standalone story where it ends with, yay, he did it, he saved, there we go, script and story, Chris Metzen, there we go, that's what I was talking about. And the voice actors, of course, here do an amazing job, all the voice actors listed here. Especially the guy who plays Jim Raynor. He's one, he's his portrayal of Jim Raynor is one of my all-time favorite character portrayals from a voice actor I've ever heard. It's just awesome. I love the difference in the briefing screens here. Like this is the Zerg one, and then you had the two different ones for Terran and Protoss. Just awesome. Making each episode feel different, but yet feel the same, since it was all about continuing the overall story. It was so good. Really good job. Chris Metz's name coming up here a few times in the credits. But, yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic game, especially for when it was made, when it came out in the late 90s. I think it still holds up today graphically, story-wise, voice acting. Now, of course, the story doesn't end here because there is an expansion that they came out, they had come out with this game afterwards, which is part of this anthology edition called Brood War, which will have episodes 4, 5, and 6, and continue the story, the overall story here, to see what happens after the destruction of the Overmind and Tassadar's ultimate sacrifice. What will happen after that? What takes place after that? How does everything continue from that point on? So, and then once after that, for those who played this, we then had to wait, 12 years, I think, until StarCraft 2 came out in 2010. So, yeah, we had to wait quite a long time before we were able to find out what happens after that. But, yeah, I just can't give the praises high enough or enough about this game and this franchise. I love it so much. And it's still going. I cannot wait for Legacy of the Void. But like I said, I'll talk about that more so once we get to the, to StarCraft 2, and probably more so after I beat Heart of the Swarm. But for now, yeah, that was the game that started it all, StarCraft 1, with the main campaign there, where you were first introduced to characters like, let's not forget about Arcturus Mengsk, now that he's the Emperor of the Terran Dominion in that sector. We cannot forget about him and what he is probably going to do after all this. We also, and that was a nice way that they kind of introduced us to the characters, especially in the first campaign, the Terran one, introducing us to Raynor in a very subtle way, and then by the end of the Terran campaign, you just, kind of sympathize and related to Jim very well. And at first, you weren't sure about Arcturus Mengsk, and then by the end, you realize, wow, this guy was a snake. This guy was this guy is terrible, And then and so you're thinking it's just kind of a simple, thing with them trying to overthrow the Confederacy, establish a new government. Kerrigan died, that's sad. And then you go to the Zerg campaign, and that's where things start to really change and elevate. Where now all of a sudden Kerrigan's back as the Queen of Blades, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is, what a twist this is, and, that Jim, who you could tell he loves her, he's in love with her, and to see her change that way, not just physically, but you could tell it messed with her mind. Something's going on with Kerrigan's mind, and as it hinted there in the epilogue, we may find out more in the expansion, Brood War. And you can imagine how heart-wrenching that was for Jim to see Kerrigan like that. And then, as you're playing as the Zerg and Kerrigan, you then meet Tassadar, and you meet Zeratul. You find out that, hey, these Templars are actually hurting the Cerebrits. And you're like, huh? What? And then she tries to take on Tassadar, and we help the Overmind take over Ire, and then we're thrust into the Protoss, and all of a sudden, hey, guess what? He's no longer a Templar because he went against our orders, and he is now a traitor. And you're like, wait, what? Just a second ago, he was nobly fighting against the Zerg and Kerrigan, and now he's branded a traitor? What's going on here? And so you're having to, help out the Protoss, and then you find Tassadar, and oh, look at that! He's apparently not only been spending time with Zeratul, but he's also been spending time with Jim Raynor. So, It was very well done how the no pixels were harmed during the making of this game. That's funny. And to the best of our knowledge. So yeah, there we go. That was the campaign of StarCraft, and like I said, we will be continuing the story of this when we delve into the expansion StarCraft Brood War. But that will be for another video series for later on. Until then, my name is DJ Neeks. I hope you guys will stick around to see the story continue in Brood War. And until then, I will see you guys next time.